That there was Tony feels good, does it? Another group of teachers all over the country, I guess we had West Virginia originally, now Oklahoma and Kentucky, are rising up in protest of the way that they've been paid. I guess in 2010, 2011, we were a broker country. The economy was moving slower. And so they cut. And primarily state and federal workers and teachers take the brunt of it. So what happens is when times are bad, poor people bear the brunt of it, or working people bear the brunt of it. When they're good, now the economy is very good, you don't see anybody rushing to give those people the money back that they stopped them from having. But it's interesting to see that these uprisings of teachers are happening primarily because of a couple of things. One, obviously they are not being fairly paid, and we know that that's to be true. But they have seen the power of the protest. They have learned from specifically out of their mouths from Black Lives Matter and Me Too, and now the march that was happening and what happened in West Virginia. So Black Lives Matter, a lot of people call it a terrorist organization, but teachers are learning from it. They're learning the power of the protest. It's interesting that you see all these teachers rising up in red states, which primarily are right-to-work states. Most teachers in America right now, 75% of teachers are white females. And I would guarantee you in those states, they voted overwhelmingly for the very people that they're having a problem getting the money from. They're voting for the very people that now who took their money away from them, who don't see a value in them. Charles Barkley said something this week, and he said that black people need to hold the Democrats accountable for the condition of their schools, for the condition of their neighborhoods. I would suggest the same thing for the entire southern region of the United States of America. It is a solid block of poverty, of sickness, of illiteracy. Primarily, they have voted to put themselves in the very situation they're in right now. I saw a teacher in Oklahoma. She was talking about how she got 2 degrees and she has to go to food pantries. Look at the condition of our schools. We talk about how bad our students do. We talk about, how far we are behind education. Oklahoma right now, 20% of Oklahoma is having 4-day school days, 4-day school weeks. Oklahoma, who's not a bastion of education, who could use schools open 6 days, have 4 days of education now because they can't afford it. Now it was okay when we were doing bad, we pulled our belts and poor people suffer. Now, according to this president and a lot of these people who are in the situation who are marching now, voted for this. The economy's never been better. Well, have them pay you what you're worth. It's ironic that we're willing to arm our teachers with everything except resources. How many times you get a letter from your teacher asking for extra supplies? Let me have Clorox wipes. Let me have, lined paper. And let me now use whatever clips you're not going to be using for my Beretta. We are willing to arm our teachers with everything but except the resources and the respect they deserve, but they have a part to play in it. If you look at what's going on, they voted for a lot of the very conditions they find themselves in right now. And you get what you pay for. This is the epitome of an abusive relationship. You do for them, and they slap you around. Like, they don't appreciate teachers. They denigrate their profession. They tell them about how, they're not worth it. They don't, and they show them that too. You get what you pay for. Teachers are underpaid. No wonder when a teacher in one of these red states sees somebody arguing about, minimum wage, a $15 an hour wage in New York, they're mad because they're like, they're not even paying me that here. You decided that. Look around. One of the things that's happened, are the immigrants being rounded up, is that helping you get more money? Are gay people not being transgender, not being able to join the military, is that helping you get more money? Are the things that you thought were important, the shaking up that you want to do, is that helping you get more money? Here's what's happening in the red states. They are Ike, and you are Tina. Wow. Eat the cake, Tina. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report. Coming up in 15 minutes is the D.L. Hughley Show.